I want to share something that happened to me some years ago, something that still gives me chills to this day. At the time, I was living in a shared house with two other roommates. We were all in our early 20s, broke college students renting a cheap old house in a quiet neighborhood. It wasn't really the best place, creaky floors, thin walls, and locks that didn't always work right. But it felt like home for a while. It started with very little things. At first, I didn't even think much of them. I'd come home from class and notice my bedroom door was slightly open, even though I knew I had closed it that morning before leaving. Or other small items like my keys, my deodorant, even a half-eaten granola bar, would be in different spots from where I left them before. I also once found my closet light on, and I never used that light. Sometimes I blamed my roommates. Maybe they went into my room to borrow something and forgot to close the door. But whenever I asked them, they both denied it every time. Eventually, I started locking my bedroom door each time I was about to leave the house, but then things got even worse. One night, I was in bed scrolling through my phone when I heard the floor creak just outside my bedroom. I knew my roommates were both out, so I called out saying hello, but I got no answer. But then I heard the creak sounds again, like slow, deliberate footsteps. I slowly grabbed my baseball bat and opened the door, but there was nothing. The hallway was completely empty. I checked every room in the house, but there was no one. I even opened the front door to see if someone had broken in and run off. But again I found nothing, just silence. I was very sure I heard something, and after that night, I couldn't really sleep well. A few days later, I convinced my roommates to help me install a cheap motion-activated camera in the hallway near my room. We hid it behind a stack of books on a shelf, pointing toward the hallway. That camera changed everything. The very next day, we checked the footage, and there it was. At around 2:47 a.m., the camera caught some movement. A tall, scary man, wearing dark clothes, walked quietly down the hall. He came out of the attic door, a door I didn't even realize was unlocked. He stood right in front of my room for almost a full minute, just staring at the door, before disappearing back into the attic. He had been living in our attic all this while. We called the police immediately. When they came, they searched the attic and found bedding, food, and even a small backpack with some of our missing stuff. But the man was gone. He was never caught. To this day, I don't know how long he had been up there watching us. He probably even sneaked into our rooms while we were asleep. But since that incident, I always check every lock twice,